Lockheed Martin plans to send humans to Mars and set a Mars base camp. Aerospace company Lockheed Martin has just released their plans for a Mars base camp. It's a Mars-orbiting space laboratory that aims to bring humans to land and live on Mars by the year 2028. Global security and aerospace company Lockheed Martin has started their campaign for a Mars base camp, which is focused on sending humans to live on Mars by the year 2028. Just over a decade away. Through a concept, Lockheed Martin showed plans on how they would transport astronauts from Earth to a science laboratory that orbits Mars. In this lab, the astronauts will be able to perform scientific studies in order to locate a suitable surface on Mars for humans to live. The proposed Mars base camp is said to have 4 key elements. First is the Orion, a section containing life support, communication, and navigation systems. Second is the Space Launch Pad, which delivers supplies to Mars. Third is the habitats, which will serve as the astronauts' living and working spaces. Last is the solar electric propulsion, which will help position key supplies into Mars orbit. Lockheed Martin sees the launching of the Mars base camp into orbit by the year 2028, so that by the 2030s, human landing missions can follow. Of course, this will be no easy task. The company will need to develop an interplanetary transport vehicle, surface habitats, life support systems, and more, a lot more. Sending humans to Mars has always been a part of science fiction, but today we have the capability to make it a reality, said Lisa Callahan, Vice President and General Manager of Commercial Civil Space at Lockheed Martin. Partnered with NASA, our vision leverages hardware currently in development and production. We're proud to have Orion powered on and completing testing in preparation for its exploration mission 1 flight and eventually its journey to Mars. Mars Base Camp is aligned with NASA's recently announced Lunar Deep Space Gateway approach for developing and testing systems, including Orion, in cislunar space before using them to go to Mars. The gateway allows astronauts to live and work in orbit around the Moon for months at a time while gaining experience with extended operations far from Earth. On the gateway, they can perform lunar science and test out systems and operations such as habitats, airlocks, solar electric propulsion, surface telerobotics and even landers. Mars Base Camp would ultimately be built up at the Deep Space Gateway, away from Earth's gravity, before being deployed to Mars. Mars Base Camp's first mission is intended to be an orbiting mission around the Red Planet. Following this, the architecture allows for a surface lander. The concept is designed to be a reusable, single-stage lander capable of descending to the surface from Mars orbit. Each surface mission could last 2 weeks with up to 4 astronauts, and then return to the orbiting Mars base camp where it would be refueled and readied for another mission. But with so many working on bringing humanity to Mars, NASA and SpaceX will likely get there. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.